Banging! Back again. Number 51. Episode 51 for us.
Down and down and down we go. We're expecting no love from the beast below.
Damn, son. So close to episode 100 now.
Yeah, we're getting there.
The countdown is on.
Yeah, I reckon, do you know what? I calculated with Aidan. Well, I didn't calculate with you, but I sent you, I think if my math is correct, our 100th episode is in the Forest of the Night, which is hilarious.
The only thing that might throw that off is the new season. The new season when that comes out.
Oh, of course. True. Yeah, I doubt.
So that'll be like 8 episodes. So maybe our 100th episode might be Deep Breath or something like that.
Okay.
Which isn't a bad one.
That's not bad. Yeah. Okay. Nah, I didn't think of the new season. Yeah, we won't be in like season 8 by that time. Nah, I doubt it.
Yeah. No.
I doubt it.
No.
Oh well. It was nice when it lasted. That was a fun thought.
Yeah.
That would have been funny as that was our 100th episode.
So Connor's sick as a dog today in bed.
Yeah.
So we were going to do this one in person today, but
I know. I'm so upset. I'm so pissed
for the
off.
COVID route.
I don't have COVID. I suddenly just started getting a bit sick throughout the day. I was so pissed off. I would have loved to have smashed some beers with Aidan. Aidan's finally got his present, so I'm like, I would have loved to have seen him have it in person, open it in person.
So
I can't even do that. So that's what's annoying. But
so it's been a long time coming. Conor has been trying to get me this present for my 22nd birthday since last December. And now finally it's sorted and it's currently wrapped up in my room. We're going to film it. We're going to do that in a second. We're going to film it.
Yeah.
It's going to be like a multimedia platform for this type of this show. So you can watch the video on, I don't know, Twitter, Instagram, maybe even on the classic YouTube channel.
Oh, who knew?
Whoa. Who knew? So if you want to see the footage of the stuff we're about to film, make sure you hit up at 50doctor on Instagram and Twitter. And you can see my reaction as I open this present. And I tell you what, Conor messaged me and he was like, "It's outside, baby." And I went outside and I looked at it and I was like, "This is a big fucking present." It is an awesome present.
It's pretty big. I would have loved to have come over. I literally hate getting sick, so that sucks. But I was like, I think it'd be funny if I just like, not to mention when I'm sick, I'm really cautious of not spending time around people. I like to shut myself away because I'm a responsible adult. So I left it there. I was like, how fun it would be if I just get home and text him and go, "Hey, maybe you should check outside your door because there might be something there." And I got my mum to wrap it for me because I can't wrap very well.
I was going to say, it looks too perfectly. Conor usually wraps his presents in alfoil, but this one is like a nicely wrapped present.
It was way too big to wrap it in foil. So that's normally a meme I do with you is wrap it in foil. But
is that just for me?
Yeah, just for you. Yeah, just for you. But
that's cute.
You know, this time around it was just way too big. So I'll have to. I'm currently right now just sat in bed. So like, you know, I can watch Aidan reaction through Zoom, which sucks in a way, but it is what it is. I'm so shocked you don't know what it is. Like, I thought it'd be so obvious the second you saw it.
Why? It's like, because it's like obviously like a big, like a poster or a picture or something like that.
Maybe it is,
but
maybe it's not. Who knows? You're about to find out.
I don't know.
And I can finally tell you.
We're about to find out. Alright, so I'm about to open up Connor's present, the highly anticipated present.
It's time, baby.
Ugh! This is it takes up literally the entire frame of the camera. Let's do it.
Oh, I'm excited. I wonder what way you got it. What way did you get it?
Oh shit.
Oh. Is it the right way around? Is it?
What a beast of an image.
There you go.
Oh my god.
You now got your movies and that.
That is sick. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That is humongous.
Yep.
That is awesome. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Thanks, mate. So this is horrendous if you're listening. So I'd recommend going to see the video just to see the size of this bastard. But it's the poster that I made of the show, of a lovely picture of me and Conor. It's in all the episodes that you're watching. It's the poster blown up onto a big ass thing framed. It looks great. Look at us, two happy boys.
It's also been because the picture, and I couldn't obviously ask you for the whole picture because then you'd know what I'll be up to. So I got Daniel to edit, and I found the original image of the galaxy that you found. So the top and bottom is edited in on Photoshop. So it's not. I had to take the original image, which was a square, and then Dan got the top and bottom done, and it was a nightmare to say the least because they'd never answer my phone call. Every time I try and do it online, all the dimensions were off, and then I somehow finally made it work. And when it finally printed out, I was so scared it wouldn't look good, and I actually was really happy with how it looked. And then I got the frame on Sunday. The frame I accidentally grabbed one that was busted. I didn't notice until I got home from the shops, so I had to grab a new one today on my way home. And then Bob's your uncle. There it is.
Where in God's name do I even put this bastard?
Well,
a few walls around. I'll make it work.
Yeah, I thought because I got inspired by the fact that you've got your movie posters in the background. So I was like, why not put your show in the background as well? So there you go.
Exactly. Well, one thing that I want to do actually is, I'm going to stop the recording now. Is those movie posters? I want to take those ones down and replace them with better ones, basically, like things like choices and stuff like that. So I'll probably go with a similar fashion because I find those ones too big because they are fucking huge, those ones. Whereas this one is like quite a nice size. I think that will go well as a new formula.
Because I noticed the material that got used for your posters over there, and I was like, maybe I should go and get that one. I was having trouble with the dimensions and stuff, so the one that I ended up getting was just like the normal, like standard poster. And like I said, I got Dan as well to help me out. So
it looks good in the frame. I like the frame. It looks a bit more prestigious than I think the foamy posters we have on the wall.
Well, I really want one, so when I can get a chance to get myself one, I will of both the shows, which is what I kept saying. I know. Dylan knew about it because I mentioned it on my other podcast that I was going to get you it. I forgot I said that, but Dylan reminded me. And the thing is, what's so funny is I said that months ago on the show, and I just knew you, because you don't watch it, that you would never find out that I said it. So I was like, that's a safe place to say it. So it was out on the internet what I actually was going to get you, but I just knew you wouldn't watch it. So I was like, oh, classic.
That's so funny.
But yeah, no, I'm glad you like it. I want to get one myself. Eventually, it was a bit of a nightmare getting it sorted, but no, it's fine. I thought it'd be a lot easier.
Great.
But
cheers to that.
50% cat.
So I guess moving on to the show.
Oh
yeah, the show, I guess.
Beast below.
The beast below.
Beast below.
It's the beast below.
Beast below.
Wowie. So that's season 5, episode 2. Curious to know if people are watching along with us, watching the show with us. That'd be interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the idea.
But yeah, the Beast Below 502. Let's crack into it. The Beast Below is the second episode of the 5th series of the British science fiction television series Doctor Who. It was written by executive producer and head writer Stephen Moffat and broadcast on BBC One and BBC HD on the 10th of April 2010. In the episode, the 11th Doctor, a time-travelling alien played by Matt Smith, and his new companion Amy Pond, played by Karen Gillan, arrive in the distant future aboard the Starship UK, a ship constructed to transport the population and major cultural artifacts of the United Kingdom, except Scotland, who wanted their own ship,
that's funny,
away from Earth to escape the deadly solar flares that made Earth uninhabitable. However, they discover that the government of the ship secretly torture a star whale that guides the ship, the abandonment of which is believed will destroy the ship and kill everyone.
Bruh.
Everyone on board.
Jesus.
Every single one. Not just the... What is it? Not just the men, but the women and the children too.
The women and the children too. Of course.
That's good.
That's a great quote.
So yeah, The Beast Below.
Beast Below
is an episode. And Connor, if you wouldn't mind, would you like to?
I'd love to.
Start us off talking about it, baby.
Sure. I was pleasantly surprised with this episode, so let's get into it.
That's great. That's lovely. Lovely to hear.
And I wasn't. I watched it last night. I did another watch along with Dan. It was fun. I liked it. It starts. You get to see the shot of London on a massive spaceship. It's a cool idea. I like the idea. I think it's a cool and original idea. We get to see inside this classroom. We get to see the Smilers, which I guess kind of the villain in this episode. It's kind of unclear. They're not really the villain, but they're kind of like the baddie. Where really the baddie is just the whole of the United Kingdom who's keeping this star whale trapped.
Literally.
I guess make your mind up who you think the villain is. It's kind of like an animal rights episode in a way, but that's kind of like the villain. I guess.
I think it's more of a moral thing, and it's very good for Amy this episode. I think, and that's the point of it. Yeah. So
there's all these kids. I think his name's Timmy or some shit, and he goes up to the Smiler, and the Smiler's saying good grades to everyone but him. And for some reason, if you don't get good grades, you can't catch the lift.
I don't know. Maybe Moffat was scared of getting bad grades, and that's why he wrote this episode.
It's always a scary and daunting thing. I get it. I couldn't stop laughing. Like, bless him. I'm not trying to be a dick, but the actor they got to play this kid, the girl was really good. I thought she was great for a child actor. The guy was like, because the little girl's like, it's okay. I'll meet you in London, and the kid's like, in London. That's 20 blocks from here. And it was just, I literally just could not stop laughing at that. I thought it was hilarious. But he's a little bit of a little shit because he's like, okay, I don't care. Not supposed to catch the lift. I'm going to do it anyway. He hops in. And if you try and beat the system, it's not going to work because he tries it. And this little girl pops up. It's a bit of a callback to, I don't remember the show. But it's seen in Life of Mars quite a lot. It's like this girl who used to play noughts and crosses with her little rag doll. It's a callback to an old TV show that was out in the 70s. Not sure which one though, but yeah, that's a little callback to that. And then down and down he goes, and you can expect no love from the Beast Below. And
dun dun dun.
The ground opens and he falls down, and then the Smiler's face turns twice. It turns to a frown to an angry face, and it's quite scary. I remember being a bit spooked as a kid. And did you like this opening? It was alright.
It's just a classic Doctor Who opening, really, isn't it? There's not much to dissect with it. It's just like,
not really.
It is what it is. The Smilers, they're kind of cool, and I think they're kind of creepy. I don't know. I feel like they could have been done creepier, but I think the design is creepy. But the execution of how they were used within the episodes maybe wasn't as creepy as it could have been.
No, I totally agree. I thought they looked really cool, but I wasn't really impressed with how they were used.
And then once again, we get the title sequence, which I'm still not sold on. You know, I felt like a kid every time I put on season 4, and we'd have epic Murray going. And now when I put on season 5, it's just like Murray trying to do dubstep or something.
Yeah, it's very cloudy, isn't it? It's very cloudy. And it's just like, I'm not a huge fan of the theme. It's okay, but it's not my favorite. I like the scene. You're gonna see Amy and the Doctor and the TARDIS. She's like flying outside the ship. That's really
cool.
That's really cute.
That looks good.
The hair looks great. Yeah. And I love how you said last week Aidan's playing with his beautiful red hair, just like Amy Pond's. Well, you said last week the deleted scene where the Doctor pushes her out. So this must have been continuing on from that scene that no one really saw.
Yeah,
which is pretty funny. It's pretty funny. I like it though. Something that is dumb is like they walk back into the TARDIS. They're like, "Oh, look at this, Starship UK. We should go and see it." And the Doctor's like, "Amy, where are you?" And somehow she's outside again.
That's so weird.
I'm like, how the fuck did she get out there?
Like, that's the dumbest one, but then there's a time, literally 30 seconds later, where they pull the exact same trick, and it's just like, it doesn't make sense. where they're looking at the screen to see the sad girl, and they make the cool analogy of like, you know, we're like a wildlife documentary, like we can watch, but we can't intervene. Yeah. And then she's like, "Isn't that right, doctor?" And then the doctor's gone, and then he's outside on the scanner, and it's just like one of those things where it's like, well, it's dumb. Like she would have noticed him leave, you know.
You'd hear the door squeak. That fucker's so squeaky, for one.
And I don't think in that time he would have had enough time to have walked out of the TARDIS and up to that girl, you know.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's stupid.
It is dumb, and the TARDIS doesn't land. You don't hear. Wow! You don't hear that shit. Wow!
It sounds exactly like that. Wow. It's like music to my eyes.
Yeah, baby.
The doctor's like, "Yo, I'm gonna test out this thing." I like how he tests the water on the floor to show there's no engines. I thought that was pretty smart.
That's a cool little like runner that they have sort of through the episode where you're constantly kind of like,
I like that.
Is that what? Why is he doing that? You know, that's a very Moffat thing, I think.
I wasn't very convinced that this is London. I kind of like what they kind of did with the set. There's some cool stuff on there, but you know, I was not convinced this is just London, but in space. You know?
Yeah. No.
London's an incredibly busy place. This was kind of just like there wasn't that many people around. Like it was kind of cool, but you could tell the BBC were like, "Oh, let's just go a bit of a low budget for this one."
It felt a little empty, like not just in terms of population, but also like there was just in a few shots that you'd be able to see like a little bit further back that they'd maybe judged for when building the sets and stuff they put in there, and it would just kind of be like a bit of an open space. And you're like, bro, I've not been to London in like 3 years or so.
Yeah.
But every time I've been to London before that, it's hard to walk across fucking Westminster Bridge because there's that many people there. Except the one time I went and they closed the bridge, so we got to just they closed the road, so we got to just walk along the road. So that was quite cool, and there was a lot of people just walking across. It was easy. But so unless the population of London gets obliterated between 17 when I was there last, and 20 billion.
Well, the author says the Earth got evaporated by the sun. Is that referring to end of the world?
Yeah, that's like a running thing, which I kind of like. Like,
I like that, yeah.
Sort of throughout the entirety of the show, and I almost think that it's referenced in Classic Who at some point as well, but I'm not quite sure. Don't quote me on that.
That's cool.
It's sort of the continuity of the human race is that a solar flare destroys Earth, and
it seems
they take off from there.
It seems a bit more connected than I remember. I mean, like, in the next episode they mentioned the events of like Stolen Earth and stuff, and then they had that mentioned to End of the World, and I also noticed they had the Magpie shop, which is cool.
That's cool, yeah. That's fun.
Yeah, Magpie shows up here and there in Doctor Who, which I think is always a cool little thing.
It's like all through the entirety of the show, though. Hey, like it's even in Lie the Land and shit like that.
Yeah, in Lie the Land, yeah, and the Doctor's amplifier for his guitar. That's Magpie. There's some cool stuff.
Yeah.
I like it. I think that's cool. It makes you feel like the world is it's like a big world, It's like
it's a world, yeah.
Makes you feel that. Amy tries to help the little girl get home, and then she goes into like an out of bounds place and finds one of the beast's tails, and then she gets knocked out by some bloke just points a ring in her face and smoke comes out, and she's like, "Oh, I'm going to sleep now." And I'm like, "What the fuck?"
The tail bit I always get reminded of in the gag reel. There's a scene where like I guess they simulate whatever they were going to CGI in. So Amy's like reacting to something, and they just do like a loud bang for her to react to when it like whacks its tail down.
Right.
And then as she reacts, I think it scared her a bit too much, and she goes, "Oh fuck!" And like it's just like you just hear a beep, and then you just hear like a producer or director or someone be like, "Hey, Karen, you can't say that, mate." It's really funny.
Reagan swears to Doctor Who.
Yeah, Russell used to always say "bitch." Well, in like season 1, he got away with a few, didn't he?
He got away. Season 1's the most he got away with. Yeah. That would be interesting. So she gets showed off like the history of Earth and how it got there. Oh yeah, we did miss a bit. I do like when that little girl's like, Scotland's not a part of this shit, which I thought was funny, especially with like Cam being Scottish and Stephen. It did feel like a bit of a joke because Scots will be Scots, as they say. I don't know if they do say that, but
that's what I like to say to my Scottish friends.
Yeah, she gets shown the whole history of the Earth, and then she gets shown this like video of herself going, "Leave now with the Doctor. You can't explore the ship. Trust me. Just get out. You idiot. Run." And she chose to forget for the last 20 minutes. So she got informed about everything, and she was like, "Now I'm going to forget." It's kind of a cool idea, I guess. Like,
yeah. I'll be honest. I watched this episode like 4 or 5 days ago, and I don't really remember much about it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just fine. Yeah. You know, it's just fine.
I think as well, though. Yeah. I'm having an issue at the moment because like I'm quite a busybody at the moment, and I'm just like, when I do have time to sit down and watch TV, which usually for the past like month, the only time I've been able to watch TV is watching the episode that we watch each week, which has been nice. But like, I've also, one of the reasons why I had to rewatch 11th Hour is because I was watching it and I was so drained that I just like wasn't paying attention as I was watching it and just kept zoning out. And I think watching this, I kind of suffered like the same thing. And I was gonna rewatch it if I had a bit more time, but I didn't. So sorry guys, my Beast Below review is a bit shit. I don't have too much to say on it.
That's why I'm here. Ready to recap.
Yeah, baby.
The Doctor meets the Queen, Liz 10, which is quite funny. I don't get how that really works, but hey, whatever.
Don't question it.
Don't question it.
It's Moffat.
I do like
Moffat
how like
showrunner.
Yeah, I do like how like none of the wires are connected to the ship, and again, it like she's interested in seeing the Doctor because the Doctor did the whole glass of water thing to see if the engines are running, and I like that. I think the whole engine not running thing was a really cool setup. It was really going into that whole like again, I think it's going for that whole animal rights thing, which later on becomes a thing. They get attacked by Smilers, who just get shot by the Queen, and then the Doctor and Amy jump down like a pipe, and they think they land in like a garbage chute, but actually it's a tongue, isn't it? It's a tongue.
It's a tongue. That's so funny. It looks shit as well, though, doesn't it? Like it's so obviously just like a small little set or something, and especially the shot where they have the mouth. Is so silly.
Yeah, Dan always knocks on about the blue Sonic. The Sonic looks blue because of the...
Yes, I hate that.
That is weird, isn't it? That's odd.
It's almost like... It's like when they were color grading it, they were like, oh, for some reason it looks green. It's meant to be blue, isn't it? And they just made it blue or something.
Yeah, it's almost like they got confused with the Doctor's old Sonic, which is odd.
Yeah.
But... yeah, that is odd. That is odd. Yeah, they just get covered in like sick, which is kind of gross. And they probably question what the fuck they're doing on an animal's tongue. But
they must have had a lot of fun though going down them slides. That would be fun to shoot. I'd do that.
The slides would be fun. I would, because I'm a bit of a germaphobe. I don't like getting covered in like slimy shit. I would hate going to set every day in my entire costume being covered in sludge. That would just really... And I love how the sludge just like... in the next scene is just like... well, I guess it just dried off because there's no sludge. There's not even any like residue of anything on their shirt. It's just like completely clean now.
I think that happens in Into the Dalek as well.
I was just about to say that. That happens in Into the Dalek. They just like walk out of a room and then they're like completely dry again. It's so noticeable in TV shows when they do that. Do people not care about continuity? It's just a bit odd. And yeah, they get like this giant tsunami of yak just yeets them. And it's just like, wow, this is how I spend my Sunday night watching this. But I was having a good time. Granted, I wasn't really paying much attention, which I hate to say, but I
think it is one way you've got to just sit back and be like, all right, do your thing, Moff. You know, lead the way, Captain.
I know. Don't you feel like this is such an interesting thing to talk about? Like, don't you feel like this is his first episode that's just like not good? Like
not great. Like, I think it's like a good standard episode of Doctor Who.
Yeah, I like it. But you know what I mean? Like, every other one of his episodes was like really acclaimed.
Yeah, this is the first one that was just sort of like, okay, sure, you know.
I know. It's like it's odd because like he only writes. What else does he write this season? He writes the Angel Two-Parter and he writes the final. He doesn't write anything else, does he?
No.
So that's what I mean. Like, this is the one episode that like sticks out like a sore thumb. And until season 6, I feel like he could have had like a perfect record, but you know,
yeah,
he had to go and write the Beast Below, didn't he? It feels like an episode that someone would just come in and write like a one-off writer. Doesn't really feel like Moffat. There's the odd thing where like Amy's like, "Oh, how would you know? Do you have like kids?" And Matt ignores it, and I like stuff like that like builds on the Doctor's character as like being a father and stuff. Apart from that, little gems like that, it's just it's not great. Boy, we're really zooming through this, but there's not really much to say. Like,
there's not. It's just a standard Who ep, you know. I think we're kind of used to the last like 7 episodes we've done have been one really long episodes.
I know, people are probably gonna like it. Like,
they've been such big episodes that there's so much to talk about. And this one's just kind of like, for us even, it feels just kind of like a return to just the normal format of our show as well, you know, just like slowing it down rather than every episode being this massive, bombastic, big deal, you know?
It's like, I think as well people will enjoy a bit of a shorter episode anyway. But yeah, it does just really feel like an episode that like some random writer would come in and do. It doesn't feel like a Moffat episode. Like the final. Go ahead.
The only Moffatisms for me is, once again, we have like a young kid kind of joining the cast. And then we also for the bloody, what are they called? The Smilers. They're kind of like something that was like, You can tell Moffat saw one of these clown things in a booth one day and was like, that would make a good villain.
Yeah, I get
very
that.
Much how his villains always sort of come about.
Yeah, I like the Smilers. I think they could, but they're just like, it's a classic thing in Doctor Who. It's just like not utilized very well, you know.
Yeah.
But I think the design is really cool. I like the design a lot. I remember like watching the trailer and being like, yo, these guys, I was like really excited to see what episode they were in, and I remember hearing that they're in the second episode and being like, this is sick, like, this is really cool. Apologies for my croaky voice, everyone. I'm trying to be entertaining and sound charismatic, but I'm just pretty ill, and also this episode's kind of a dud, so it doesn't really help. But no, the last, Jesus Christ, we're in the fucking third act already, but again, there's not really much to say, but I like the third act. I think the third act has some good points to say. I like how the Queen, chose to forget every 10 years. That kid, unfortunately, is safe. No, I'm kidding. it's good he's safe. And the Beast,
is it because he's ginger, Connor? Is that it?
No, the Beast won't eat children, Aidan. The Beast has got morals.
Beast won't eat gingers.
That as well. Okay, I love how the Doctor yells at Amy and says, "After this, I'm taking you home." I think that's a really good look into his Doctor, how he can just like snap and be quite decisive, you know, because he's so happy and go-lucky and all that, but then he goes and snaps.
I've got some good things to say, some interesting things to say on behalf of my mate from uni, Dan. And he posted a small thing when we get to just Twitter things.
He did. I noticed that, but he never comments.
And I'll elaborate on that a little bit more because it sort of relates into Smith's performance in Series 5 in contrast to Smith's future performances on the show. So, yeah, just that's a little teaser for what's to come. Just bear that in mind.
Oh yeah, right? Bear that in mind. Bear that in mind as we skim through this episode. To be fair, though, I think people actually will be happy that we're not. I mean, I've been listening to our episodes, and fuck me dead, like I listened to a good chunk of it. I'm like, oh, there must be like at least another maybe like half an hour left. I checked my phone; it's like an hour and a half left, and I'm like, oh my god, It was so long, and I hope people don't get bored. But it's good. I like what we're doing, but like, it's probably good that we're just having a bit of a chilled one today.
I think it's nice to have a bit of a reset after 50. And
sorry.
God.
Yeah, the boys. Sorry.
I just remember like I think throughout season 2 we were coming in at like 50 minutes to an hour. But season 1 we were like 40 minutes, and a long episode would be in the 50s, you know. And then it was only like season 3 we started to sort of creep over an hour. Then series 4 we were coming in at about an hour and 20 for everyone, and then through the specials we were like an hour and 40, and then we had like 2 hours and 15 minute episodes in a row. So I think Connor's died. It's been weird just watching Conor. He looks kind of naked in his bed, and he just kind of looks like he's deep throating his mic all the time. So I can't wait to get the audio from Connor's side and it just sound like this the entire time.
I mean, no. First of all, I did. All right, fuck you. First of all, I've got so much to dissect here. Fuck the beast below. No, do you not think I turned the gain down? I know what I'm doing. Okay, I turned the gain down.
Are you just regulating the gain? Because sometimes you're talking like this, and then sometimes you're talking like this. So are you adjusting as you go?
No.
Do I sound like Conor Hannum?
No.
Do I sound like Conor? Is this what you sound like? This is my Conor Hannum impression.
I gained gang.
What are you gonna say, Conor? You're sick.
Fuck. Oh my god, Aidan, you're the real sickness here. No, I know. My mum didn't want to, bless her, she heard I was filming the show, so she left my tea at the door. But I need some liquids because I'm feeling like crap. But you literally did this last week. I know what I'm doing. I've had these bikes longer than you. I know how to work the game. Right.
You're pulling that card, are you?
There's nothing, trust me, the audio will be fine apart from when I've obviously intentionally gone forward to the mic and done some shit.
Okay.
Yes, I am in my fucking undies, but we've known each other long enough, and you can't even see my undies. I'm literally under sheets. We've known each other long enough that I'm sure it doesn't bother you that much. Luckily, no one else can see that shit.
I'll let you off.
Maybe it does look like I'm deep throating my mic, Aidan. I'm sorry. I don't know what else you want me to do here.
Fuck, you really do have a lot to dissect. This is more interesting than the beast below. I should just spit fire
I
at you
didn't want to sit
time.
at my desk because, like, I've been working all fucking day and I have to go in tomorrow and I have so much to do and I can't afford to be off tape, which is pretty much like uni, because I've got to finish by Friday, and if I don't, then I'll fail the class, have to resit it and pay for it again, and I can't do that.
That's
so
not ideal.
I can't take time off tape, but if I was at work, I could just take the day off, but I can't. So, am I feeling great? No, not really.
Yeah, baby. I'll answer that for you. You're feeling amazing. That's the attitude you need. That's how we're going to make you feel better.
Doesn't sound like me. I never said those words. That never escaped my mouth. I was feeling fine this morning. I didn't wake up sick this morning. It was after maybe 10 o'clock. I just started to feel a bit groggy, and then I just started feeling worse. So, who knows? Maybe in the morning I'll feel better. Who knows? Just like the space whale, that wasn't feeling good at all. The screens was pretty...
Until the doctor released him.
The screens was pretty fucked up.
That is spooky. I don't like... Like, I like it, but I don't like it, you know? Like, 'cause it's so scary.
It was so, pretty scary.
So real.
It was. But... Again, I like the performances. I think everyone was really good. I like how it... Already it was fleshing out the Doctor and Amy's relationship. I love how he said, "I'm going to take you home." And then eventually, you know, they sorted it out because the Doctor's like, "Oh, I'm gonna today." He's like, "I got 3 options. I could let it do this, let it do that, or I can put a charge for its brain and kill it humanely, but you can't call me the Doctor anymore." I thought that was a bit far. It's like you killed your whole fucking planet and you still called yourself the Doctor. So
yeah,
I
know. Be fair,
what you have to do is bad.
That was the War Doctor. That's the Doctor that he tried to forget. The Doctor with no name. I don't know. I can't remember what they say about him.
Yeah, but Ecclestone calls himself the Doctor again. So I'm pretty sure Ecclestone. Yeah, he'd hate that. He'd hate that. Yeah. He calls himself the Doctor again. So I'm sure he got over it. I'm sure he got over it. But
so they release the whale. Yeah. Amy and the Doc have like a nice little cuddle, and she's like, "Gotcha."
It's a nice shot. I like the shot where like you can see all the stars in the background. It's like this big. It reminded me of the shot from End of the World, where it's very similar to like has just like the open glass panels.
There's a lot that mirrors End of the World in this one.
I think it really does, yeah. And it's the second episode, which is, there's something about second episodes and getting covered in goo, and then the next scene everyone's dry and there's no, because Into the Dalek's the second episode, and
yeah, true.
I remember just watching this and knowing the Dalek episode was next and just thinking, can this fucking hurry up so I can watch the Dalek episode? Like, I didn't unfortunately care. Do you like how, I think this is awesome and I wish they did this more. Do you think it's cool how Winston calls the Doctor at the end of the episode? I think that's really sick.
It's cool. I think it works as like something to not do too often, because if not, it's just going to be like, oh, they're teasing the next episode. And
but they never do.
A bit like, what's the word? Cheesy, but they like do it again for like Thin Ice is sort of the only other time I can remember.
Oh yeah, Thin Ice.
They open the door and they see the elephant.
I guess like Mummy and the Orient Express is kind of a one. I guess kind of that's like a couple of seasons later, which is always cool.
Yeah, that's Mummy and the Orient Express gets mentioned at the end of The Big Bang, and then it doesn't happen till Pete's first season.
Does he mention in the episode that he got the call?
I think there's a mild reference to it. I don't think it's like a proper. I don't know. We'll have to see. I ordered the Steelbook though, the Series 8 Steelbook. I've ordered it.
Imagine just postponing that on your list until you're a completely new Doctor and just being like, okay, now we'll go. Like, I think it's kind of cool. I'm happy about your Steelbook, Aidan.
Yeah,
it's a shame you can't watch it for another fucking 3 seasons. But
I know. It's a shame as well that I can't get it for the actual retail price of $45. I had to pay $67 for it because it's not available in Australia. It's only available in the UK, so I had to order it from the UK, which cost me $67 with free postage though. But I was sort of like keeping an eye out because when they announced it, they were all like $80 to $100+ to buy, and I was like, fuck that. And I found, and I don't want anyone to copy me, so people better not be listening, but
please stop listening right now.
The best way to get them, and this is what I did with the 50th as well, is wait till about a day before the release date, and then small companies seem to get their hand on just like 5 or 10 copies. And then they sell them out for like just above what the retail price was, so that they're not too expensive. So that's been my strategy. Wait till about the release date. It's risky because then you might not get one at all, but that's been my budget saver.
Yeah. Problem is though, you can't on things like this and like finals and stuff, especially if they're like limited. You can't wait. You can't be like, I'll wait for like season 8 and then for us to watch it on the show and then be like, oh, I'll get it then, because the chances you get in it's like really slim, and if you do find a copy, it'll be like an extortionate price. So it's just worth to get it now and then have it waiting there for when we're ready to eventually watch it.
Yeah, and I'm just keen to see it on the shelf because it just looks so beautiful in its little purple. It's all purple, looks nice. Just Peter artwork is just lovely. I do like the artwork on 8, 9, and 10, the box sets, but they're so like on the spines, and I made a whole fucking YouTube video about this back in the day. The spines just look so shit next to each other because they're all so different.
Yeah. Who the fuck designs these things? Do they not think?
I know. I think they've finally realised because all the steelbooks now have like a really good spine and the collection sets all look perfect. Oh my god, Connor, in 1 month's time I'll finally be able to get the next collection set. I'm so excited.
What, classic set?
Yes. Jumper.
Oh, that's really great, yeah.
I'm so keen. I'm so fucking keen, Connor.
Do you remember?
You don't understand.
Do you remember,
I'm really keen. Connor, I'm keen. I don't care. I'm really keen. All I want is this box set. That's all I want. Connor,
what Doctor is it?
Jumper, do we?
Hello?
Can you not hear me? Oh shit, sorry.
What Doctor is it?
John Pertwee.
Oh, Perts. All right. Do you remember? I'm actually looking at it right now. Do you remember when they released all the Star Wars steelbooks and every one has the name on it, but Force Awakens it just has all the characters on it? It doesn't even have Force Awakens on it. It's the worst thing I've ever seen.
9, like, at least they put the names back on them, but like,
yeah,
they still look nothing like what the 1 to 6 steelbooks were. The Rogue One and Solo ones look quite nice.
They do. I'm literally looking at them right now. Every single one of them has their names on it, but Force Awakens, it's just got like Kylo, Han Solo, Leia, Rey, and Finn on it. Like it's just their picture. There's no name on it. I don't know what they were thinking, and we were stupid enough to buy it. To be fair,
I think it was a trend with a few Disney steelbooks at the time. They were putting the main characters like for the animated films. It's like a Disney thing.
How dare they?
Yeah, why do you think we're just like your other Disney scum? You know, this is Star Wars. Star Wars we're talking about. Have some respect for the franchise.
Disney scum.
Disney scum. All right. The Doctor says nobody human has anything to say to me today. And I like that. That's a good gif. That's a very good. Sorry, I backstepped. I just wanted to say that's a great gif, and I was going to say it's a great line as well.
We're back to this monstrosity again. You know what? Yeah, I'm making it sound like I didn't actually like it, but I actually had a good time watching it. But again, I wasn't really paying much attention, so.
I think it was just nice to have just a standard episode rather than just like explosions, everything's super cinematic, so much running and stuff. It was nice to just have like just a little short adventure, a little short trip with the Doc and Amy, whilst also I think getting a better grasp of Amy's character in this episode. I think.
Oh God, she looks so beautiful in this episode.
All right, Connor, this ain't the 50% Doctor Who simp cast.
The simp cast.
Sorry, that.
Well, I can say how much I love David Tennant.
So now you're saying, wait, yeah, that's true.
Everyone simps David Tennant. Why can't I simp Karen?
You can simp Karen. I simp Karen.
I love Karen.
I simp Clara more. Series 9 Clara.
I simp Jenna so much more. But, you know, I'd happily simp them both, quite frankly.
Yeah, they're good simps.
Oh, I dropped my fucking... No, that's alright. That's the problem with recording when you're in bed. You just drop things that are...
That's a you problem. Shall we move on to Australia's favourite segment, Connor?
I guess so. Oh, my harmonica's over there. I'm not grabbing it. I'm not grabbing it.
It's time for Go for the Week.
Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba.
Pop! Do you have any goofs, Connor?
Yeah, the Sonic is fucking blue. It's blue. It's fucking
the blue Sonic.
Is
that it?
That's all I got.
I got two that are pretty minor. One is when they first get there, for some reason, part of the set design on Starship UK is a giant fan, and there's like one of the first sort of B-roll reveal shots of the interior of like Starship UK. There's like a big fan spinning, and then straight from that, it pretty much cuts to like a wide or a mid shot of the Doctor. And in the background, the fan's there, but it's not spinning. It's just stationary.
I'm a huge fan of that goof.
Fuck you. The other thing is, what was a really cool shot, actually, and this is such a minor, super picky goof. When the big, you'd like this kind of the big dick thing is swinging around in the tent.
Why would I?
It's like how we were talking about the Daleks' tentacles look like penises.
It does look like a penis.
So the giant willy is spinning around inside the tent, and when Amy backs out of the tent, the camera comes out of the tent with her, and it's like a really nice shot. But you can just see the tent touches the lens, and it like you can kind of see it like hit the lens, and then as the camera moves forward,
right, it
like pushes past the tent. Hard to explain. And it's super minor. But yeah, TARDIS Wiki has a few. Once again, we have the blue Sonic. Here's a funny one. When Amy's age is said to be 1,306, the computer screen reads 1,308. So that's a little funny.
That's so obvious. How the fuck did we not notice that?
I don't know how that happened, you know?
That's surely crazy.
Yeah, that's just silly, isn't it? And then there's a few inconsistencies of the way the Smiler's heads turn. And at times, at one point, apparently, like its entire body just turns between shots at some point.
Right.
It's weird. Did you notice, and I don't know if I picked up on any specific times this happened, but like I said, I kind of watched this relatively passively. But is there a moment where a Smiler's head turns twice, and realistically, its face should, like, it starts with a smile, turns,
it doesn't make sense,
and then it turns, it's angry.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense, right?
No, it doesn't make sense, yeah. Because, it's got three faces.
I don't know why that's a thing. But, yeah. All right. God, there's really not much to talk about today. Because even on Australia's second favourite segment, there's not a huge deal. Let's do it, Connor. Let's talk about some behind the scenes. So, here's a good one. I ripped it just straight from TARDIS Wiki because it was worded far better than I could word it.
I ripped it straight
like in the
out
Doctor
TARDIS
Dances,
Wiki.
The resolution to the main problem of the plot is solved by an action people at first believed would cause another effect, and so tried to avoid. Nancy tried to avoid Jamie for fear of becoming infected by the empty child, whilst Liz 10 always chose to forget, since she believed releasing the Star Whale would destroy the Starship UK. So that just shows similar. It's almost like it's the same writer or something, isn't it?
I guess if that's a bit of a stretch, isn't it?
It's just like a similarity, you know.
Yeah.
Like, the reason that Nancy, the reason that empty child and stuff was sort of still happening is because Nancy didn't want to hug the kid, hug Jamie.
Yeah.
But then that's actually what would end up saving the day.
Save the day, yeah.
Whereas Liz 10, she chose to forget because she always thought that releasing the Star Whale would kill everyone. But in the end, releasing it was actually the good thing. Like, it actually worked.
I like that. I think that's a cool moral of the story.
Cool connection? Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's cute. It's lovely.
Here's
something I kind of mentioned before. It has been 7 episodes since an episode has come in at its standard runtime of 45-ish minutes.
Ah, of course.
Ever since Journey's End onwards, there have been some beefy freaking episodes.
Yeah, you're right, though. This really has been
like
a bit of a standard episode. It's kind of nice. A bit of a breath of fresh air. Catch your breath a little bit.
Exactly. Moffat made the episode to showcase Amy, properly introducing her as a companion and reminding the Doctor that he really needs a companion. And I think that's true because it's like without Amy, he would have killed the Star Whale. Whereas Amy was like, you can't fucking do that, you know?
I like that.
Don't
Their
do
stuff
it.
was really cool this episode. I like it a lot.
Yeah. All right, then shall we move on to Australia's third favourite segment?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Oh, yeah. It's time for Just Twitter Kings.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, baby. Ooh. I wanna know your thoughts on the show.
Girl.
How funny was it that we were talking to Menu Log?
Oh yeah, we spoke to Menu Log. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Where's the sponsor?
Join us on Twitter for these great banter. Good banter.
We need a sponsor. Come
on. Yeah, Menu Log. If you'd like to sponsor us, if any brand, you know, Zavi, we'd affiliate with you if you like. Come at us. I don't even want it for the money or anything like that. I just want it because I just feel like it's a cool thing to have.
It is.
You know, just to be like, oh yeah, I'm a Zavi affiliate.
Yeah, just be like, we've had a few sponsors on the show. We love our sponsors. We love them so much.
So, I said, it's the time of the week where we want your thoughts. Drop us your reviews for the beast below. We'll read them out on the show. Vinny says, excuse me, sorry, just did a little burp into the mic there. Defo seems like one people dislike, alright, indifferent to. For me, however, it's defo one of my faves of Series 5. It's Amy's first venture, and it's fun, heavy, and mysterious all at once. I also love all the little Easter eggs hidden on the ship. The Queen Vic from EastEnders being a nice one, and the little... did I read that right? The Queen Vic from EastEnders being a nice one, and the little magpie... electrical store throwback. Why can't I talk? Now I know what she's saying. I'm gonna say 7 out of 10 for me, lads. I'd say 7 out of 10. It's worthy of a 7. I'd allow a 7.
Agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Dan Peters thought he was coming in late, but still, like a good bloke, just sent in his review, and he's not late. Here we go. After such an epic run of stories, this is the first time in a while that's pretty average. Starship UK is a great idea, but visually, it's a bit dull. Totally agree. I think they could have done more with the set design. There are some strong themes presented throughout, and these are handled pretty well. Liz Chan is an interesting character. The Smilers are a good one-off monster, but fairly forgettable. I really do agree with all that, Dan. I think we're really on the same page this episode. Essentially, it's Amy's story, and she's the one who ultimately saves the day and proves herself as a companion. Already, it's clear that Matt and Karen are a great team. Overall, 7 out of 10. There we go. Some stuff from Dylan here. From what I remember, people are pretty indifferent about this story. I can totally see why. It's nothing that's going to blow you away, but I think it's a nice, comfortable little story. I really like Liz Tan as a supporting character. Amy really proves herself as a companion, and the 11th Doctor is good too? ? I don't know why there's a question mark there. I don't know what to say about this one, to be honest. I like the Star Whale. 6 out of 10 ? I don't know. Pretty forgettable story. Marks. Yeah, I kind of agree. And I agree with the question marks because everything I say about this episode, I'm like, it's good. I guess it's is what it is.
It's fine.
It's like so. Yeah. Daniel Aid says the beast below. What are you describing, my ass or something?
That was pretty funny. Normally, I hate what Dan Aid puts because he's just trying to be a dick. But that was pretty funny. We love you, Dan.
Yeah, that was a funny one. Dylan has posted another review here. He says, the beast below. Don't you mean my massive cut election of Blu-rays? Seriously, what was you thinking? That's a good giggle. That's a good one there.
I don't know what he was talking about.
You don't know? Yeah, what was he talking about? I don't know. I don't get it.
He can't wait too quickly. I don't know.
Way too quick. And then, last one here from Ma Main Ho Dan Ellis. He says, I think Matt's performance is peak. Not too quirky. More deeper layers exploring his anger. Actual plot, though, meh. So, Dan raised a good point, and Dan and I, both of our idols in just filmmaking in general, is a young guy called Bertie Gilbert, who I've mentioned a few times on this show. And he made, just a one-off video just talking about Doctor Who on YouTube. And it's he raises a really good point about Matt's performance, and he always says Smith's performance in Series 5 is sort of his peak, and he feels like there's more layers to it, and there's more a deeper, darker side of the Doctor in Series 5 that he sort of is hiding a little more, and in future series it maybe becomes a little less layered. Some episodes he's just an angry boy, some episodes he's more of a happy boy. And he's just kind of quirky and darting around. Series 5, there seems to always... Smith always seems to understand, I guess, when to... I don't know, when to be fun, when to be serious. And I think that comes down to the writing as well, is probably when Smith's writing is most consistent. This is all from memory and all just because I love this filmmaker that I just nut over all the time.
Nicely said. Well,
thanks, honey.
No worries.
Do you have some just Insta tings to go for us?
Yeah, I got some just Insta tings. I mean, I only got one review sent to me this week because I clearly suck and everyone hates me. But I got some stuff on the Instagram story which I can read afterwards. But I got one from my friend Jacob Hind. He said, this episode really feels like it should have come later in this series after the Doctor has gotten to know Amy better as she makes a decision and the conflict it causes between the two characters, which doesn't work as it's only her first trip in the TARDIS. I like how the ending feeds into the next episode, but overall the episode is disappointing. I don't think Jacob leaves his ratings, so if you want to leave your ratings, we'd love to hear that, but I don't think he liked it very much, so there you go.
That's a bit rough, bit tough.
I do want to shout out Jacob really quickly because he did send last week that he caught up on the entirety of the run of our show, which is insane. So all 50 episodes.
And that was only That's only in a couple of weeks as well. Hey, that's crazy.
He said his words. I caught up on the episodes now, so thank you so much for providing me with my source of entertainment for the past month. So he caught up in a month, which is insane. He also, Aidan, you owe me an apology because you said that I didn't say this about Julie Garner and Murray Gold. You're like, you didn't say that. I said that. Well, you didn't. I said it. So there you go. Yeah, the boys. Thank you, Jacob, for proving my point. I got two more things to read.
You've made an enemy today.
That's all exactly right.
That's all I'm saying.
Thanks
for watching the show, dude, and we're happy you're enjoying it.
Oh, it's great.
What do you got to say, Connor?
It's crazy that we actually said that question and someone actually went back and did their research. It's insane. Before I answer the Doctor Who question I sent out this week, I did chuck up on Saturday when I was a bit intoxicated down the pub. Do you guys get on the beers? I thought I might here and there chuck in the other side of the 50% and see what our fans do. Yes got 67%, no got 33%. The people who voted no was Declan, our friend Declan. Shane voted no. James, Darwin, Jim voted no. My best friend Mitchell voted no, which is hilarious because he's an alcoholic, so that's weird. I'm just joking, but he does drink a lot, so he was just taking the piss. Yes was me, my friend George Nicholson in the UK, Ash from my local, Vinny voted yes, Jacob voted yes, James Garster voted yes, Daniel A voted yes, and Aidan voted yes, of course. So yeah, the boys.
I do love to get on the beer. I'm on the beers as we speak.
I wish I was, but your boy's ill. And then I put out a question last week on Instagram saying, what is the most overrated episode of Doctor Who ever? I personally voted for Silence in the Library, Forest of the Dead. Aid, you can think about what yours is, but before that, I'll read out people's answers. James Darwin, Jim, I think I'm saying that right. He voted Blink. He said it's good, but so overrated. Vinny said Defo the Library apps, agreeing with me. Thanks, Vinny. Love you lots.
Angry.
Shane put For Sure Love of Monsters. I don't know if that's very well loved, but I like it. Xavier put Voyage of the Dam, and Dylan put, I'm not saying it's overrated, I know it's good, but I've never been big on Heaven Sent. Oof. Do you have one, Aidan? What do you think's the most overrated episode?
I don't know. I don't know, because I don't know. I'm like in a weird spot where I don't know. I feel like if any, I think I'm better at answering what episodes are underrated. Like there's episodes out there that I know I enjoy that other people don't.
Like this episode,
just because I'm a fucking simp. But as for an episode that is overrated, I don't know. I couldn't. Maybe a lot of people simp Christmas Invasion. I'm not.
I like it.
I'm not massive on that one.
No, you weren't, were you?
That's maybe the first one that comes to mind.
I do feel like the episode is like pure nostalgia, and it's just actually pretty badly written, but it's just kind of like pure nostalgia.
Okay, maybe. Why? I actually can't say this. I'll have to do a rewatch. I low-key feel like maybe Army of Ghosts and Doomsday are overrated, but my review, I gave it 9.5. Like, what? That's like probably the one score. Like, I've thought about this a lot. If I had to change one of my scores, it would be for that. I think I was just like, I was just hooked on it. I don't know.
I'd have given, if I could change one score, I'd have given Family of Blood, Human Nature a 10.
Yeah, that's a bit rough, isn't it?
I lose sleep over that.
I don't know. I'm like looking back on the episodes we've done so far, and I don't think I think I'm pretty like in agreement or think an episode's underrated. You know, I don't know if any of these are overrated. Yeah. Partners in Crime, but I think it's good and it's fun.
Does anyone really like that though?
I think a lot of people do.
It was a rhetorical question.
Whoa, shit. What up, bro? Sorry,
it's metaphorical.
Funny. I mean, yeah, I think I'm more... I think the only one I could say is Christmas Invasion. Sorry, I dragged this question on for so long, just umming and ahhing about what what it would be.
I mean, he could have just replied to the actual poll on Instagram that is the show.
No, I think I couldn't be bothered thinking about it.
Well, thanks. I guess I'll just stop trying. Jeez.
Conor, my friend, my young man, what will you rate The Beast Below? Can I have a guess? I think I know what you're going to rate it.
I think I know what you're going to rate it. Big on.
Are you going to rate it a 7?
I am. And so are you.
There you go. No, I was going to. I was tossing up 7 or 6.5. I'm going with 6.5.
What?
I don't have anything bad to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me either, really.
But it's just a standard episode. You know, I think the episodes that get me going and make me go like, fuck yeah, Doctor Who, those are the ones that are going to get 7+. But this one, whilst not really having anything massively wrong with it, just doesn't hit that mark with me. You know what I'm saying, dog? You know what I'm saying? You get me?
Kinda. I like it. I think it's a good episode. I think it's got a nice commentary.
Well, you're wrong.
I'll just fucking shut up then. Right.
No, go on.
Oh, fuck. I'm so ill. Yeah, I like the commentary. I think Amy and the Doctor scenes are good. I kind of like the design of the Smilers. I think the set can be cool. I think it's a nice original idea. I like the commentary on it. Like I keep saying, so yeah, I think it's definitely. I definitely think it's an average episode, which is why I gave it a 7. But maybe it's been a bit kind. But you know what? I'm just a bit of a kind person, to be honest.
Wow.
People say about me all the time. They're like, Conor, you're so nice. And I go, I know. Karen, it's my problem.
To be fair, you got me this amazing poster that's just been in the background of this entire...
You're welcome. It's only 5 fucking months late, but that's alright.
That's alright. It's great. It's awesome. I don't know what to... Yeah. I'm excited.
I did try and get him a vinyl to keep him going, but for all the new viewers who don't know that. But...
That's alright.
More of the story is I'm just a terrible person.
That's it. And on that note...
Man,
this is our final episode.
There's something about laying in bed filming a podcast. You just kind of like, you just felt like you lost your mind a little bit. You go a bit insane.
That was me last week, I think.
Every week.
Shall we wrap up the show there, Conor? Bit of a shorter one this week.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? I haven't eaten today, so I'm gonna go eat.
Eat dick. All right.
Oh fuck you! My mama's cooked me some pasta, so I'm gonna go have that.
Okay, well that's fun. That's cute.
Fuck you, Aidan.
Do you have your ruler? Can you hit us out?
I'm not gonna go.
You're so unprepared, Conor.
I haven't even got a mic stand to hit. I always hit that's the sound you hear me smacking something is my mic stand. I ain't got a mic stand on me. I'm literally holding my mic, so I might just tap my mic today. If you find it annoying, don't fucking listen to it then.
I've got a bottle opener and I'll smack the table with it. Okay.
Alright. I can smack my table here as well. Okay, ready?
Okay, a 1, a 2, a skiddly diddly do. It's Aidan and Conor's podcast. They're doing Doctor Who reviews. Doing Doctor Who reviews.
But it's not COVID.
And we're actually under an hour and 10 minutes for an episode.
I like that. I think it's good. I think the audience deserved a little bit of a break from us fucking giving them a 2.5 hour